Alright, welcome back to a new video. Today, yeah, I don't have the parts to fix this yet, but the gears are on order, and I believe that's the issue. I actually haven't really gotten into it since it broke. But this is my Sony TC wr535 double cassette deck dual auto reverse of Dolby BC NRHX Pro and AMS Search. And it quit working, at least that deck did. That one still kind of works, but acting up, as I could show you right now, actually. Demonstrate the issue. Haven't even turned this thing on in a while. You probably can't even see it all that well. Yep. This deck is stuck spinning the spool the other way. See how it did it rapidly? So that's my issue right now, is that part of the drive is stuck. There we go. Stuck engaged. So I am going to get into it and I guess show you guys how to work on such a unit. And I'll use my new screwdriver set. This thing has a razor sharp deck lid. Mine's a very, well, it was a very mint deck when I got it. But if you're to work on these, watch your hands on the edges of this, because it is pretty sharp on the back and it sliced my hands pretty bad. But I'm still kicking. Hopefully I got test tapes. Let's go ahead and put all the screws back in. That sounds like me in a nutshell. I'm going to pause it here and then just skip so I save time. Alright, there we are now. Got the lid off. Put that down. Alrighty, this unit runs off loading gears, which I believe mine has cracked. Yup. Did exactly what I thought it did. It actually did different. So, hold on. I'm going to pull my camera off the tripod and show you. Okay, so these run off a twin motor system here. And I did the belts on it, and I did the gears, but I don't know if you can see. The gear is off the shaft. It pushed out. The other deck is also doing the same. That's the issue right there, is those gears aren't supposed to be disengaged like that. But they have been because they're slipping off the shaft. Those are 17-tooth gears. If you don't know what type of gear type they are, they're everywhere on eBay. Guess like this. So I could field repair this if I'm getting super statistical, but it wouldn't last long. There's the super glue trick. People will glue the gears together, but that's a like 60-40 shot. And usually it doesn't happen. It doesn't work good, but it's a good field repair if it does work the way it's supposed to. This was my best unit, too, for a while. It still is, technically, if I can get it working. But yeah, that's the issue right there, pretty much. That, and I never also really cleaned the melted belt out of it, so that's still everywhere in there. Cleaned out a lot of it, but, you know, it's a pile of crap. There we go. Once you remove the arrow-marked screws, there is 2 side-mounted ground tabs here and here. You can undo those, and this runs off 2 plugs mounted in the front. It should just... Oh, is it not going to? There might be some extra hidden mounts I forgot about. These might be ones also. Probably are. This thing has so many freaking screws. This is probably my one complaint about this unit is it's a fairly good cassette deck, if I'm being honest. Pretty maintenanceable. Had some little tabs where you can mount the belts to slot it back together. Had a twin motor transport. The flip head I always thought was a cool idea. Except when it isn't aligned, it's really bad. It slashes the tape. But mine doesn't have broken flip head gears, which is a other issue that their FH decks had problems with, but I don't believe these got that issue as often. Alright, come apart for me. Yes. And then there are ribbon cables here, here, and here. And then there is one 3-pin connector there, which goes to the power trigger. There is connector there, so I don't undo all that stuff. Oh yeah, and there's another connector here. I need to get this drive in 2 pieces. There are a couple screws around the sides of it. Small screwdrivers. Six minutes of me pulling this turd apart. How ironic. Ooh. Plastic. I don't know where that came off of. Probably... Okay, it came right off the side here. I'm removing the deck lid or something. It was being pretty stubborn, so that's probably what happened, is it just broke the corner off. That's not really a big issue, though. There is a motor ground, which is what this one screw does over here. Next to the motor, there's a little ground pin, but I believe it goes covering the whole face of the motor. Yeah, it does. Alright, that should be... And there's these 2 plastic snap tabs. The belt will be having to come out of the unit. There we go. Yep. Let's get the belt out. There's already melted belt on my hands, and I don't think I've even touched a part with melted belt yet. I'm telling you, it's a freaking virus. See, it's a twin motor transport, and that is the gear. Yup, completely off this thing. And it's got the crack. I knew it. I called it. Here's the belt I bought to replace the old one at the time. Still holding up good. Barely any melted belt on the actual belt. Pretty impressed. Actually, not much melted belt in drive. I actually cleaned this better than I remembered. Must have biodegraded after most of it now. I think I used alcohol wipes too. That's the culprit, if it'll finish coming off. What's that crack? Yep, right there. Hold on. Show you guys. I don't know if you can see it. There is a crack. And my lighting is horrible. Crack in the 17-tooth gear. And the other decks is falling out too, which I knew was happening. So this is the issue right here, is this gear has the crack. It's really not full. It's actually not a fully going through it yet. It's actually... The bottom half of the gear is still intact, but it's not going to hold long. There's that stupid, melted Lodi belt, fully covered pulley belt that I put on it. Alright, unfortunately, that's all I could do for these, is just pull them apart and get the, broken 17-tooth gears off of them. I'm glad it's what I thought, though, so in the next upcoming video, I'll obviously make a new one once I get the gears, and I'll press it all back together. Bring it upstairs and test it out. I do like the twin motors. I like these because I don't like the 90s ones that like this that much because they're pretty hollow inside. This is like probably one of the better 90s design ones because it's got a decent motherboard compared to what they usually have. So I guess that's one advantage. Oh, this one's not even fully snapped back together right now. I snapped it back together. I remember doing that. Might have fallen apart, or I didn't fully put it back together, and this deck's worked better than the other one. There we go. Oh, now it's snapped together. Great. I hate these. I hate these snap pins because I worry about breaking the freaking old plastic that they run off of. And it's got these, like, I think they're like attempted ground. This is what I don't like about the Sony decks. I'm gonna have to pull the actual plug out and then unravel it that way, and then plug it back in because I don't want to leave it all unplugged. That, I believe, goes to the flip head. Pull the belt out. Oh, loader belt. Alright, that's deck B. There's the other deck B belt. This side, pretty much just as bad as the other side. It's just saves myself trouble with the air melted belt. There we go. Yep, also got a crack in the top half of it. Right there. This one actually seemed to be their bottom halves are not cracked yet, so they actually haven't fully broken yet, which is surprising-ish, and they're pure white still overall. I knew these were notorious for failing because when I bought, or not when I bought, when I got this thing because it was a freebie, I did my research because I know it didn't work, and I knew melted belts were the biggest thing. I knew it was very likely because all the motor did was hum and it was very loud, so there was no tension, and the pulleys were sticking or spinning freely. It was intermediate, so I knew there was melted belt in it. Unfortunately, this is all I could do to the deck, is now that I have it apart, I can just leave it apart, let this belt hopefully dry out, and stuff like that. And then I guess it'll come back in another video in the future, and I guess I'll see you guys on that one. Bye.